Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. We got the NBA playoffs starting today, and if we do not go 3-0 in these picks, I'm giving one free day of VIP to everybody tomorrow. So make sure you guys smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. You do not want to miss tomorrow's video. But guys, I'm feeling confident about these plays. We are going to go 3-0. So let's just go ahead and cash out these three. Now, to recap what's been happening the last few days, yesterday on Friday, we had a decent day, but as I'm recording this, the Warriors and Suns are still live, so there's not much to recap. And then recapping what's happened since then. So in the NBA, Tuesday and Wednesday, we actually did very, very solid here on Tuesday and then here on Wednesday as well. Pretty good stuff. But today, we've got 4 games of hoops. We are going to smack these plays. Let's try to get to 10 likes in this video. And now let's move into, before we get into any picks, my best advice for anybody trying to make money on sports and with sports picks. This is 100% what you need to do. It is signing up for new apps and claiming the deposit match bonuses that these apps give you. So right now, Novig is giving every single new customer who signs up with code BAM and plays their first $5 on that app, $50. Just straight up into your account, $50. If $50 is worth 5 minutes of your time, download the Novig app, use code BAM, and play your first $5. You'll get $50. And then you can use that on the NBA. If you flip that into $100, $200, pull it out, go back to your regular book, there's no reason not to be on an app like Novig. Now, Underdog has almost the exact same thing where if you play $5 on Underdog using code BAM, you will get $50 right back. Now, these are crucial to go ahead and use. I've told my friends about this, my family about this, anybody who even if they don't know sports, it makes no sense to not go ahead and claim this because as long as you break even, it's literally free money from this app. So that's what they're counting on. They're counting on you becoming addicted and not becoming profitable, which if you're watching this video, you're already very likely to be on the trend towards being profitable. Most people don't even look for any of the picks and they just blindly think they have ball knowledge and then they lose money. So make sure you guys are locking in on Novig and on Underdog. Use code BAM, spend 10 minutes, spend $10, get $100. And it's not even spending the money. You're just getting started. So make sure you guys are locking in over there. Now let's get right into play number 1. We're starting off with Jalen Brunson going up against the Atlanta Hawks. And this is going to be a home game for the Knicks. They are hosting the series. And we like Jalen Brunson here on the over at 27.5 points. So Brunson has not hit this in a lot of games recently. He's only hit this in 2 out of his last 5 and 4 out of his last 10. But if you look at this on the season, he's actually getting a lot closer to 50% there. And if you look at this on the head-to-head, which is the crucial matchup because this is what's going to be happening over the entire series. Game number 1 is really the feel-out game. Game number 1 is going to feel most like a regular season basketball game than the rest of the games because game number 1 is just, usually in NBA, you're playing, I guess you could call it a 1 game or a 2 game series against the same team. Now it's a 7 game series. So game 5, 6, 7 towards the back half are not going to feel a lot like it because you have a lot of time to adjust. Whereas game number 1, right now, these games are going to feel a lot more like regular season games than the rest of the games in the playoffs and the rest of the games in the series. And what's happened when Jalen Brunson has faced up against the Hawks in the regular season? He has been cooking them. In the last 5 games, he's gotten 30 plus points in 4 of them. And he's gotten 34 plus points in 3 of them. He has been flying over this line, and all we need tonight is 28 points. We don't even need him to get 30. 28 points, and we will go ahead and green this out. And if you look at what's been happening here, it makes sense. The Atlanta Hawks are almost a bottom 10 defense, 2 point guards, so it is not a good spot for the Atlanta Hawks to go ahead and try to stop a guy like Jalen Brunson. And if you do look at this matchup, guys, you can just tell this kind of defense is one that Jalen Brunson will absolutely eat on. Dyson Daniels is a very good defender, but he is not as good as he has been in previous seasons, honestly. And it's very likely that he will not even be matched up on Jalen Brunson due to the immense screening that this Knicks team runs and really just the matchups that they already have lined up because then who's McCollum going to guard, who's not going to guard, and Josh Hart might be open in the corner for a 3. If you guys know, you know. So that's Jalen Brunson right there, play number 1, over 27.5 points. Now, moving into play number 2. We're going over to Jabari Smith Jr. and we're taking him on the over at 14.5 points. Now, this one straight up should be a higher play. This line should be at 15.5 or 16.5, 100%. Because right now, Jabari Smith has hit this play in 90% of his last 10 games. And in the head-to-head, he has been frying them. 4 games out of 4. Against the Lakers, he's hit this. And I need to remind you guys, this Lakers defense is absolutely awful. This Lakers team is absolutely awful. Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart, Rui Hachimura, LeBron, and DeAndre Ayton. Where's Luka? Injured. Where's Austin Reeves? Injured. This is what the Lakers look like right now. And guys, this right over here is not anywhere close to being able to compete with a team like the Rockets. So even if Kevin Durant does get a lot of the minutes in the beginning and does put the Rockets up by a lot, Jabari Smith's going to come in there and he's going to get a lot of minutes towards the back half. And he's also one of the better transition players on this team right behind a guy like Amen Thompson. So with a slower Lakers team who is weaker on the defensive end versus a quicker Rockets team, it feels weird calling the Rockets a quicker team. But in this case, they actually are quicker than their opponents because the Lakers might be one of the slowest teams in basketball with Luka and Austin Reeves out. This is going to be a very profitable shot for a guy like Jabari Smith, who is faster than most players at his position. And he has hit against the Lakers in 4 out of his last 4 games, averaging 17 points. All we need tonight is 15, by the way. And if you look at this on the season, it's not a fluke. He's played 77 games this season. That's an insane amount of games. 77 games is really consistent. He's hitting this at a 62% rate, averaging over 16 points per game. So this is a great spot for Jabari Smith Jr. We like it on the over. He's on a great run. He's going up against a fabulous defense, as in a fabulous matchup, a horrible defense, I should say. So Jabari Smith Jr. over 14.5 points. That is play number 2. Now, before I get into play number 3, I want to make sure you guys are all locked in on our community. It is 100% free to join. You guys can get in on the community. And right now we have just launched our Discord. So right now there's literally only like 3 people in there, but you guys can lock in on the Discord and you can chat with all our community. In the next week or so, we're going to have easily over 1,000 people in there, all talking about sports, all chatting about the NBA playoffs. You guys can lock in. Just hit the link in the pinned comment, lock in on the free plan. And we also, of course, have VIP passes. We got VIP premium, where you get my best picks, my best props. And then you also have my BAM's best bets, where you get all my EV, my arbitrage, exactly what I'm putting money on in order to make money on these apps. So that's obviously more expensive, but you guys can get on the free plan and just come in, get some free picks, chat about NBA and MLB in the community, in the Discord. No reason not to be in there. Lock in. Now, let's get into play number 3. We're going over to Wolves versus Nuggets, and we're taking Ayo Dosunmu here on the over at 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This line is once again too low because even if you look at it, well, when Anthony Edwards is in, which by the way, he's questionable. Even if you look at it when Anthony Edwards is in, he still hit this in 5 straight games. He is still easily able to hit this line when Anthony Edwards plays. And Anthony Edwards is questionable, right? So if Ant doesn't play, this is a guaranteed winner. Almost a guaranteed winner. I'm not going to say always, but this is almost a guaranteed winner because Anthony Edwards is going to sub out and Ayo is going to sub right in as the starting shooting guard for this team. So that would be very, very free. And even if Anthony Edwards does play, Ayo's hit this with Ant in the lineup. Over the entire season, he's hitting it at a 70% rate. And in the last 10 games, he hasn't missed. All we need today is 17 points, rebounds, and assists. If you guys remember back to the regular season, his line was chilling at around 21, 22. 17 is insane, guys. 17 is insanely valuable. I can almost guarantee you guys, by the time that this game tips off, which is 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, this line will have moved up from 16.5. Almost guarantee it. So go ahead right now, lock in the early value because this line will probably not be at a better place than it is right now. So those are my 3 picks. One more time, it's Jalen Brunson, more than 27.5 points. Jabari Smith Jr., more than 14.5 points. Ayo Dosunmu, more than 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That's all I got for this video. One more time, make sure you guys are locked in on the community. Drop a like, and let's make some money on the first day of the NBA playoffs, guys. Let's get it.